Hey guys, Amy here with Leap of Faith Crafting. Thanks so much for stopping by. So today we are just going to make these quick and easy shadow boxes out of cardstock. So a fun way to make very cute and cheap decor that you can actually switch out for any season. We're just going to be going through step by step how to make this and where I get the files. Then you just need to cut it out and glue it together. And then this was just another one that I made in a smaller frame. And you can change up the colors to suit your needs and your style. So make sure you hit that subscribe button before we get started so you don't miss any more tutorials. And let's jump in Design Space and start crafting. Okay, so within Cricut Design Space, I'm going to go ahead and click on a new project. And we are going to hit that upload button, hit upload an image, hit browse, and then I'm going to go to the owl stained glass shadow box that I've already downloaded. I'm going to open that. So I had downloaded it and then extracted it. So you just want to make sure you extract it. I'm going to hit the top one, open, and then I'm on a laptop, so my SVGs come up with the Microsoft Edge sign. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that one and open it, and you'll see it comes up. I don't need to do anything to it. I'm just going to hit continue. I'm going to hit upload, and it comes in with all of the layers already. So here are all the layers over here. You can see if I ungroup it and pull the layers off, there's all these different layers here. Okay, so before I do that, I'm gonna actually just go back. I want to size it for my shadow box. I'm gonna be doing a 12 by 12 shadow box. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop this down to a 11.5. Click on make. Okay, so now it gives me the option of the on the mat and confirm. Okay, so here are all the layers. There's what, 8 of them? Okay, so on the other one I did there was 12. So the one thing you have to be mindful of, at least on the other one, it didn't do them exactly in order of 1 through 12. So you just want to make sure when you're actually cutting it to make sure what layer it is. So on each layer, you'll notice on the cut files, at least the ones I'm showing you, have a number. So this one is layer 3. So you can see on all of them, this one is layer 2. So this is how we will be putting them together. The black one is going to be the top layer. That shouldn't have a number on it. Okay, so this is how we're going to lay them in order. This is the back one. So this is layer 8. So I guess it's going to go 1 through 8, with 8 being the back. Okay, so just be mindful of that. So it went from 3 to 5. So when you get all your pieces of cardstock, if you have them laid out a specific way, just make sure that you know exactly what number you're cutting. If it corresponds, you're doing exactly the same color, it's not going to be a big deal. You'll probably be fine. But for some things, you might want to switch some of the colors up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit continue. It is going to connect to my maker. And then you have a couple options when it comes to the cardstock. I am using, and I'll link this below, and I will link all the files I am using below. I am using the 12 by 12 cardstock. And so I'm going to be cutting that on medium cardstock. You can also cut it on intricate setting if you have a really intricate file. So for this one, the only one I cut on intricate setting was the very top one, the black, because I didn't want it to rip or anything at all, but actually all the layers cut out fine. The intricate setting cuts it out twice, so it just takes longer. But you can find that if you browse your materials and just start typing intricate, it will say cardstock for intricate. So you can do that if you want to. The other thing you want to make sure is you have really sticky mats and a very sharp blade to make sure that you get the nice cuts. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click on that. Okay, so I am using this beautiful pack, 12 by 12 cardstock sent this to me. We do a lot of summits and stuff together, and they have made this encore textured cardstock that is just beautiful and cuts so perfect with the Cricut. So it's really nice with these shadow boxes that you need one page of different colors, because there's not two of any color, so it's all the different colors. So with the shadow box, it also has instructions that you can print out, and it has all of the colors that they recommend if you want it to look exactly like this. Okay, so we are going to go through. So our back layer, the dark green. Okay, so we're going to do that dark green. We're just going to go kind of what they recommend. Then a lighter green. Then kind of an orangey layer for those flowers. Do that one. Do a dark brown. And then kind of a light brown. And then a white. So one thing is there's not multiple colors, so we're not going to have another white because I used it in my other ones. So I'm just going to grab another piece of white I have in another pack. And then we want a beige. We'll do this one. And then we need a black for the top one. So I need one white and one black. Okay, so that white one is the first one we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my white piece here. Place it on my mat. And I always like to use my brayer just to make sure it's nice and stuck on there. Okay, head over to the Cricut machine. My light is blinking. I'm going to go ahead and load that up. And we have a lot of glare coming in later in the day here. So in between cardstock cuts, I always like to make sure my blade is clean. So I push on it with a piece of foil, kind of just jab it in there. Place that back in. Okay, and my light is flashing, so I'm going to go ahead and let that cut. And then we're just going to follow all of the prompts within Cricut Design Space and cut out all 8 mats. And while one is going, I like to set up the second mat. So I'm going to put my next piece of cardstock on my second mat, and then when that one's done I can take it out and start pulling all the pieces out while this one is cutting. Okay, so my first one is done, so I'm going to load my second one. Again, I select the medium cardstock, and while that one's loading we are going to take this one off. So the best way to do it so that it doesn't kind of curl up on you is to remove actually cardstock from the mat. So flipping it over. And then I flip to the other side. can see a good amount of it is still on there, so we're going to scrape all that off. And then this, we just need to pull off all the extra stuff in there. And you'll see this one has that layer 3 on it, and it's in the bottom right corner, so we can line them all up. And keep cutting all the mats and doing the same thing, and then we will assemble. So my last one just finished. I have all of these already. They're just all the different layers. So again, I want to try to peel it from the mat itself. And I did have to change my blade, so I've been cutting a lot, and it started being really jagged on some of the edges of the other layers. So got a good amount of that that's still stuck down. And then to get the extra, I just used a weeding tool and kind of pull it off the back. And some of them I would need to clean my mat. And this is going to be the top layer, so this is the one that's going to show. So just want to be very careful not to rip any of those. And these files are nice because those lines are nice and thick. Okay, so that's my last one. So we have all the layers, and again, this is nice because they're numbered. So the top one doesn't have a number because we don't want to see it, but then it goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So super easy to put together. We're going to start with that back one. And then I don't have my tape glider, else I'd actually probably use that. But starting from the back side, this is going to glue here, so I'm going to just flip it over and put glue just along the edges. And a little bit in the middle there. And we're gonna put it on there, just making sure it aligns well on those edges. Okay, and then I'm just going to keep doing that for all the next ones. So again, flipping them over. And I am actually using this Burley Art glue. I just always have problems with the needles and the glue getting stuck. So I put them in these smaller ones. It's just easier for me if I need to switch out the glue head. So there we have that all done. So we're just going to add it to the back of our shadow box. And this one is just a 12 by 12 that I got, I think at Michael's. Just gonna lay that in there. And there we go. Pretty cool and cheap and easy decor that is made just out of cardstock. Another option would be to put that top black layer actually on the glass, but that you just have to make sure it lines up perfectly for that, so I like to keep it behind, but totally personal preference. But anyway, I will leave all the links below, the descriptions and the files, and hope that helps getting you started with these stained glass shadow boxes. So thanks so much for stopping by, and happy crafting, everyone.